1,000-pound sisters, Brittany Combs' age, job, religion, everything we know. 1,000-pound sisters Season 6 star Brittany Combs has become a fan favorite since making her television debut. And it's time to talk about her life, including some juicy personal details. During this last season of the show, Brittany got more screen time than usual, which was truly delightful. The beloved unscripted show, which premiered in 2020, chronicles the weight loss journeys of the Sladen siblings, whom Brittany is related to by marriage. Brittany came into the picture when she married Chris Combs, a card-carrying member of the Sladen family. Being married to a Sladen has its ups and downs. The Sladens are a loud, opinionated bunch, and Brittany often has her hands full dealing with her husband's sisters. During 1,000-pound Sisters Season 6, Chris moved his sister, 38-year-old Tammy Sladen, into the house next door, which could mean trouble for the couple. Brittany's age: she's much younger than Chris at 36 years old. Brittany is much younger than her husband, 44-year-old Chris. The couple have been married since October 2016, and, despite their controversial age gap, they appear to be very happy together. Brittany, whose full birth name is Lauren Brittany Wilson, was born and raised in Kentucky, where 1,000-pound Sisters films. According to Brittany's Facebook profile, she has worked at McDonald's since 2012, and is currently a manager at the fast food chain. Like many Americans, Brittany met her husband at work. Chris was also a McDonald's manager when he met his future bride, and Brittany still works there. In her Facebook profile, Brittany describes herself as fun and easy to get along with. She certainly manages to bond with her difficult in-laws on 1,000-pound Sisters. Brittany's religion: she's a true believer. During an episode of 1,000-pound Sisters, Brittany talked about her religion. Brittany grew up in the Pentecostal church and is extremely devout. It's the reason her hair is often covered, as it's a part of her religious practice. Due to her religion, Brittany has never even had a haircut. When asked how long her hair was, she replied that it was down to her knees. Her husband, Chris, is also a religious man, so they connect on a spiritual level. Inspired by her husband and in-laws, Brittany wants to lose weight too. 1,000-pound Sisters: is Brittany Combs butting heads with Chris Combs' siblings? It could mean trouble for their marriage. 1,000-pound Sisters Season 6 found Brittany Combs clashing with Chris Combs' siblings far more than she used to, which could mean trouble for their marriage. The show focuses on the lives and weight loss journeys of sisters Tammy Sladen and Amy Sladen. But several other family members are a big part of the story, including Chris and his wife. The Sladens are a close-knit clan, so they're always together, and they lean on each other. While it's easy to enjoy the show because of the extraordinary weight loss journeys of several cast members, the Sladens' family dynamic also entertains. While many of the Sladens haven't been lucky in love, Chris and Brittany appear to be perfectly content together. 36-year-old Brittany is 44-year-old Chris's second wife, but little is known about his first wife. The couple met at work, when they were both managers at McDonald's, and they've been happily married ever since. Brittany has always appeared on the show, alongside Chris, but she's been a more prominent figure during 1,000-pound Sisters Season 6. While Brittany always tries to be there for the Sladens, she has recently butted heads with several of Chris's siblings. Brittany-Amy's argument about the gym: it triggered the biggest fight of the season. The Sladens are a loud and boisterous bunch, so it's very easy for Brittany to disappear into the background when her in-laws are around. Despite her attempts to lie low, she inadvertently set off a massive fight between Tammy, Amy and 1,000-pound Sisters Amanda Halterman. Since no good deed goes unpunished, he paid for it dearly. It all started when Kris tried to do a good deed. After a recent doctor's visit didn't go as well for all the Slatons as they'd hoped, Kris bought each of them a gym membership. When Brittany innocently suggested the siblings engage in a friendly competition to see who could lose more weight, Amy resisted. She said she didn't want a competition because it would be about winners and losers. Brittany pointed out that they'd all be winners, as long as they lost any weight at all. Amanda got involved in the fight, and Amy ended up storming out. The fight spilled over into an even bigger fight between Amanda and Tammy, who then left. The fight continued to reverberate throughout the rest of the season. Kris puts his marriage first, but his sisters need him too. Kris is a great brother and is always there for his sisters. As the patriarch of the family, his siblings depend on him, and he never lets them down. As his loyal wife, Brittany has always been by Kris's side, and has done her best to be there for the Slatons. 1,000-Pound Sisters Season 6 has pushed Kris and Brittany to their limit. The problem started when Tammy rented a house owned by Amanda. After living there for a while, Tammy grew disappointed with Amanda's refusal to make timely repairs. Tammy's home was robbed while she was away at weight loss rehab, and she's been displaced ever since. During 1,000-Pound Sisters Season 6, Tammy needed Kris to come over to put plastic film over a broken window. Tammy claimed that the window was broken by Amanda's sons, whom she says are always at her house, breaking things and eating all her food. Now, Amanda refused to fix the window that her sons had broken while horsing around, and Tammy's frustrations had reached a boiling point. Determined to move out of the house, Tammy gave Amanda her notice, but needed a place to live. Brittany doesn't want Tammy to move in. It's time for Tammy to stand on her own 2 feet. With Tammy needing help, Kris had to run to her rescue. He and Brittany had just purchased the house next door to their house, and he thought it would be the perfect solution to their problems. Instead of renting the house out to a stranger, Tammy could move in instead. He took Tammy to show her the property, and calling it a fixer-upper would be generous. Tammy had to leave Amanda's house by the date they had agreed upon. Tammy expressed concern about the timing. Kris told her that if the house wasn't ready by then, Tammy could stay with him and Brittany for a while. Brittany gave him a look that said this was news to her. It was very obvious that Brittany didn't want Tammy to move in, but Tammy didn't want to move in either. The last thing Tammy wants to do is cause trouble for Kris and Brittany, but there's no question that she'd let Tammy move in if Kris asked. Brittany loves her in-laws. She's always there for the Slatons. The Slatons may be a handful, but it's obvious that Brittany loves her in-laws. They may not be easy to deal with, but they're loyal and are always there for each other. If Kris really needed Tammy to move in with them for a while, Brittany would probably agree to it, but it wouldn't be good for Kris's marriage. Tammy isn't always easy to get along with, and she probably wouldn't be an easy house guest either. When Kris made his television debut in 2020, he weighed over 400 pounds. With Brittany by his side, Kris had bariatric surgery on 1,000-Pound Sisters, and lost 150 pounds. While his weight loss has taken center stage, Brittany has quietly been on her own weight loss journey. Though it's unclear how much weight she's lost, she expressed interest in having weight loss surgery herself. And she was excited about the family's new group gym membership. Kris and Brittany will continue to lose weight together, but not if the other Slatons drive Brittany away.